Thanks for coming with me to Follow Me Friday. We're over here at the Dodge Jones Center at the Abilene Youth Sports Authority, which I just found out it's authority, not association. So fun fact to know. I'm here with Brandon Osborne, and we just came here to ask some questions, kind of where you guys came from, how long have y'all been in Abilene? Fill in the blanks for me.
Sure. Well, Abilene Youth Sports Authority has been in since 2004. It was basically a two-person operation for a very long time that impacted the community in thousands.
Yeah.
So traditionally we've been known for the Mudslinger, which is a big mud run that used to be out at the state park. And then we also have what's called now we changed it to the All Youth Expo. It used to be the Sports and Fitness Expo, but now it's the All Youth Expo. So we're primarily known for those two big events in the community. But obviously, as of February 2020, we opened up the Dodge Jones Youth Sports Center, which we're sitting in now, which is 55,000 square foot of privately funded, community endorsed project.
Yeah, and this is so cool. So I am actually a native Abilenian, and coming into this facility is just incredible. So what all is included? Like how many basketball courts? Like what do you got?
Yeah, so in here we have 4 basketball courts which convert into 8 volleyball courts. So at one time there's a lot of volleyball going on in here with a lot of girls hitting balls and spiking and hitting the floor and all that good stuff. And it's all hardwood, so they get to play on what we call it's called a jumper's court. So it's basically, it absorbs your landing. So you may see the wood give a little bit, but it's really cool because the athletes can play for a longer period of time without joint pain and stuff. So they love it here.
Is everyone invited to the Dodge Jones Community Center? Like, who can come here?
Everybody.
Everybody.
It's not limited to, we have teams that come from the Stanfords and Albanese and Sweetwaters and Roscoe's and all over. And then we have teams that come in from Houston, New Mexico, Arkansas, Oklahoma. So we have people coming from a long radius to come here. So we are not just Abilene sensitive. We are Abilene Youth Sports Authority, so we want to take care of home, but we also want to serve the community.
Man, it's out of state. All right, so I know Dodge Jones Facility Center, we're over right by the Abilene Zoo, of course, so we're centrally located. So it's just the perfect spot to come over here, play some volleyball and do some basketball. So tell me, what all are you guys needing from the community? Are y'all needing volunteers, or what do y'all need for Abilene to be a part?
Well, we would love for Abilene to volunteer. We're always needing volunteers to either ref or take score or helping facilitate camps and trainings that we offer, or even help in the concession stand, because we do serve the community in a lot of different ways, and most of our programs impact about 1,000 people, if you include players and parents. And so most of our programming, we're always looking for great people to help, but then we're also always looking for funding. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, so we always are looking for people who want to get their business name out there and help sponsor, whether that be jerseys, whether that be referee costs, or help with just the electricity bill in this place. But more importantly is getting kids involved. So anybody that want to help sponsor kids that cannot afford to get in sports, we also love those scholarship opportunities as well. Okay,
so speaking of the kids, what is kind of some programs that you guys have got going on for them? How can we get them through the door?
Sure. Like right now we have what we call our Rising Star Basketball League, where we're on week 2 of that happens on Monday night. We also have a Volleyball Firm Foundation, which is essentially a 6-week volleyball course that teaches Christian principles and leadership lessons while playing volleyball. We also do the same thing for basketball. But coming up in April, we have our All Youth Expo, which used to be in February, but due to COVID, we pushed it back to allow for some time for vaccinations and all the stuff that people are doing right now to help slow the spread of it, to kind of get going. So we moved that back to April 3rd, which is Easter weekend. So we got some cool stuff combined with that. Obviously like an egg hunt. So we got some cool things involved with that, yeah.
And there's probably like an age limit on the egg hunt, right?
Yeah, we don't want 45-years out there beating up 5-years.
Are you saying I look like I'm 45?
No, I'm not saying that at all. Hopefully you look about 30.
I'm sorry, babe. We'll just breeze on right along there. Okay, so what is kind of the mission statement for AYSA?
Essentially, to make it really short and sweet, is to reshape youth sports. If you watch any form of sports on Netflix or anything, you see the other side. You see coaches that are berating players or getting in fights with referees, and so what we're trying to do is put it back into the kids' hands. If you notice in our facility, the fans sit up high, so that's deliberate to keep the coaches and the players interacting. We also do coach trainings that allow the coaches to get the most out of the athlete, as opposed to the traditional rah rah rah, yell, scream. Well, there's ways to communicate and get the most out of them besides the screaming and all that stuff. So that's what we want to do, is reshape it, but then also interject the Christian principles and leadership principles that help kids long after the ball stops bouncing for them in life.
So what has been, since you guys have opened, 2020, what has been kind of the most impactful story that's kind of come through your doors here?
So actually, it's about to happen here next week, I believe. Next weekend is this young lady who has been to all of our camps since she was a little kid. She's now going to go sign and play college volleyball, which is incredible to know one of our athletes that we've known since, second grade, to now graduate and then take her career on to college. And we would love for all of them to be like that. But in that scenario, that's an awesome story.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So when did she start?
She started in second grade. That's when we start.
Grade.
That's when we start our programming.
Wow. Okay. So your program goes all the way from second grade all the way to, it sounds like senior in high school. Mm-hmm. Man. Okay. So you guys see a lot of kids and impact a lot of lives then.
A lot of kids. Last year alone in COVID, we impacted about 10,000 people.
And that was with
That's with COVID, with restrictions, with all this stuff. We still were able to touch a lot of lives and families.
Man, so 2021 is looking to be an exciting year for you guys, it sounds like.
Even faster.
Even faster,
yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully with COVID kind of being under wraps, we're not under wraps, but kind of slowing down.
Yeah.
We would hope that more people want to even get out even more.
How can kids that want to be part of this program, how can they, participate either through, getting scholarships or, financial assistance if necessary? What can you tell me about that?
Sure. Well, obviously, a lot of people experienced a lot of difficult times in 2020, and some are still feeling the aftermath of that in 2021. So I absolutely have scholarships available. All they have to do, again, is go on www.AbileneYSA.org and fill it out. It's just a simple form that just allows us to track who you are, where you are, and then it allows us to put you in our database so we know when it's time at the end to give that money, that we know who got the money and how it was used.
Okay, and for any companies out there that want to support, can they go to the same website, Abilene YSA, to fill out a form there to become donors, or what's the best way to do that?
So what we do there, we call those our community partners.
Okay.
And so those community partners, what we would love for them to do is we have different levels of a community partner like many other nonprofits do. But what they allow us to do is then offer more scholarships, and also allows us to keep our costs down, so the common person can afford to play volleyball, play basketball at a reasonable price, but also it allows us to be able to serve them best while keeping the price very reasonable.
Okay. And then I know you guys have future ideas of expanding out. So I know you guys have volleyball, basketball. What's kind of the overall plan for adding on more sports and more facilities? Well,
overall, we want to be able to expand and get about 2 more courts. That's our primary focus. And then as we dive into other things, we've had some interest in other things, but we're still figuring out the climate of those and see if it fits well for Abilene and for us specifically, so we can serve people best. Because we don't want to do anything half-hearted. We want to make sure whatever we do, we want to be really good at it.
Okay.
So whatever that is in that next juncture of life, we want to have some experienced personnel in that lane also.
Okay, so how many leagues are there with Abilene basketball and volleyball? What's kind of the sum total here?
We offer 3 leagues a year, so 3 volleyball and 3 basketball, so a total of 6.
Okay, and those, volleyball and basketball, those range from, again, like second grade all the way to seniors?
Yeah, so basketball actually goes from 5 to seniors.
Okay.
And then volleyball, I believe, is second grade or about a 7-year-old to seniors.
Okay, so in terms of basketball, what's probably the funnest age to watch them play basketball?
Probably the 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
Those are, because they just break all the rules and do everything and so it's real cute when they make a shot and they get all hyped and pumped and they run up and down. But it's really interesting though. I've gotten to watch volleyball from a different level that I've never seen before. But volleyball is super exciting also because when they get it over the net, it's just as like they made a 3-pointer.
Yeah.
So it's equivalent. So the excitement level when they experience some success for kids in general, it's incredible.
Oh,
yeah.
I love it. Okay, so what kind of events do you guys have coming up this year?
So we have here's the best thing I always recommend. Go to AbileneYSA.org.
Okay.
And on there you will see we have 86 events that will be going on this year. And those are either camps for volleyball, camps for basketball, Firm Foundations, which is the 6-week course for volleyball and basketball. We also have volleyball leagues, basketball leagues, and then we have also people that come in and rent the place to run their own basketball league or volleyball league or tournaments.
Okay, and that was www.AbileneYSA.org. Excuse me. Okay, so with that being said, I mean, it sounds like you guys definitely have a need for volunteers. Can they go on that same website, fill out whatever form they need to, and apply that way?
Absolutely. They can email us at info@AbileneYSA.org, and we will definitely get them connected in a way that wherever they want to see fit, whether they want to be out on the court with the kids or whether they want to be on the administration side to kind of help things flow better. We love volunteers.
Okay, so do these volunteers need to have any sports experience at all?
Nope.
Okay, so
they just gotta love kids.
Okay, so if I can't shoot a basket, I'm fine then.
You're perfectly fine. We will not hold you accountable for missing.
We're good. All right, kids, don't learn from me on that one. Perfect. Is there anything else you'd like to say or anything you'd like to add to this?
Well, April 3rd, come on out to our All Youth Expo. It'd be a great opportunity. And if you are a business, a local business that would like to be highlighted, please feel free to do so at our All Youth Expo, because we will have a lot of people in here, in and out, coming and going with COVID restrictions, obviously. And it's going to be an incredible time for our community.
And again, what's the best way we can find more information of what leagues or what events are coming up? Like, how can we best contact you guys?
Sure. So we have our phone numbers, 325-692-2972. But then more importantly, if you want to read it and see for yourself, it's www.AbileneYSA.org.
Okay, AbileneYSA.org. Well, perfect, Brandon. Yeah. Well, hey, we appreciate your time again today. And
thank you.
We thank you guys so much for following us on Follow Me Friday, and we hope you guys have a great one.
When your home needs to sell, pick the price.